Welcome to Takshashila Gurukul channel. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe immediately, press the bell button and write your comments and feedback. Share with your friends as much as possible. We provide online Kundalini Raja Yoga initiation and Kundalini activation in 6 months.
32. The decree of births for the living beings. Karananadi Shanmukha, the beloved of the Lord, the desired Shruti is the one who, if ignorance, which has no beginning and no end, is not destroyed by knowledge, the thought, I will die, at the time of death is the cause of rebirth. 2. Shiva said, Kartikeyan, listen, when life, which is engaged in many activities, is approaching, the butchers of Yama will snatch the life-giving organ. The Yamabhatas, with swords in their hands, will appear terrifying to the dying person's eyes. For example, a broken nose, a bald head, an old man's mustache, a beard, a smoke-filled mouth, blackened hair, a noose in their hands, white fangs, and a fierce form of Yamabhatas will appear to the dying person's body. They will be consumed by anger and will torment him with terrible words, saying, pierce him with a spear, pull out his life, cut his body into pieces, and eat him. Seeing them, the living being will be in a state of confusion, asking, where is he, where is Sati? And will not be able to see anyone, and will suffer, unable to call anyone. The living being who has passed away will see the Yamadut standing in the time-space, and will be terrified, and will open his eyes and scream. The one who releases excrement and urine will be terrified, and when the Kaliduts come towards his head, he will fall to the ground of the school, and the Yamakinkas will torment his delicate body and take him to the Yamaloka. 7. How will the virtuous Kali die? The virtuous person, at the time of death, meditates on Lord Shiva in peace, forgets the pain of death, he is without his own, and rejoices when the messengers of Shiva come and stand before him. He folds his hands, thinking that those who have come to his call are wise. He bows down to the messengers of the pious, shining like the sun, and forgets his body and dies in happiness. Seeing the messengers of Shiva with their sparkling jeweled earrings, shining foreheads, slender arms, tender bodies, sparkling teeth, kind eyes, and faces shining with laughter, the virtuous person dies in happiness. He loses his mind in the bliss of seeing the pious men of heaven, adorned with sweet words, a necklace of jewels around their necks, a crown of brilliance on their heads, and 100 sons, and dies in happiness. He dies looking at the beautiful idols adorned with beautiful surals, jingling ornaments, finger rings, and musk tilak, the fragrance of the parijata flowers on his head, the beard, the mustache trimmed with vines, the attire of the himimbara, the bow and arrow, and the fearless hands armed with swords, and he dies looking at the messengers of Shiva as being similar to Shiva. O son, how virtuous is life, the messengers of Vishnu, the messengers of Shiva, the messengers of Devaganapati, the messengers of Indra, the sun, and other deities come to the virtuous person and create a virtuous body for him, and with it they take him to the worlds of Vishnu, Shiva, Suraloka, Devi Ganapati, Surya, and Jiveshwara. The heavenly beings return to the world of the worlds to waste the merit they have earned. 15. The differences of liberation. Those who have attained God are not reborn. They remain with God. Wherever God goes, they will go, and if God comes to this world, they will come with him. God is their destiny. There is no other liberation except in this world, the world of salvation. The nearness to him is the form of his form, and the union with God is the liberation of union. These are the 4 types of liberation. The word, Isha, is the word, Turiya, the witness of God is the word, Turyatita, and the leaving of the body as a wise person is the letter. The wise person is the witness of his own mind. Although he seems to be born, he does not die. The wise person is the witness of the body with the feeling of Sohara. Believe that the wise person who has conquered death is the one who has seen the death of death. The wise man knows that the excretion of urine and feces from the body is the duty of the body, and that after the expiration of the lifespan, the vital air is exhaled, which is the duty of the soul. The wise man is a witness to the journey of the body, namely birth and death. Ask the ignorant man, it is natural for animals and humans to have limbs and feet at the time of death. But the wise man, who is the son of Shashidhara, does not experience the terrible sorrows of the body. At the time of death, the yogi breaks the Brahman whole and goes to the Brahman land. The wise man, who is the son of the whole Brahman, has no idea of the Brahman whole. In the unwavering Brahman land, there is no attention to the other worlds. To the Brahman knower, everything is valuable. The Hatha yogi breaks through the 6 chakras, inhales the air into the western chakra, and dies of exhaustion. This waste is not for the wise man. The wise man dies like excrement. What kind of death befalls the wise man who knows that the sacrifice of life is the dharma of the body? If a virtuous person dies, the virtuous people themselves come to take him away. They dress him in a virtuous body and worship him with devotion in the world of the virtuous. The body of an impure person is tormented by the Yamadoots after death, so it is called a body of suffering. But if the dead body is possessed by the Suras, the Shivadoots or the Vishnudoots, it is called a virtuous body. The soul born in this temple of the body lives in the next world until its merit is fulfilled. When the merit is fulfilled, the angels of the heavenly world push that life back to the mortal world so that it can earn more merit. In 1 year, the soul will fall headlong through the air and fall to the world of the earth. Then 1 birth will be over for him. The next 4 births will be obtained in the order mentioned below, 25. The details of how a living being is born again. A living being comes to the earth through the air and joins the grain. The grain grows in the earth and becomes a heap. When the heap reaches the house, the life that permeates the grain also joins the house. Then the family members dry the grain, grind it, put it in a pot and boil it. When the heat of the fire touches the living being in the form of grain in the pot, he cries out in unspeakable sorrow, "What a loss!" When the forest is suffering from the pain of a blow, he cries out, "Why should I be sad?" When the householder eats, the grain-like life first enters the stomach of the man. It stays there for 3 months. This is the second birth of the living being. The life in the body of the man, who is in the form of semen, is nourished by the 7 elements, blood, flesh, fat, etc., and is healthy. After 3 months, the life enters the vagina of the woman from the man's semen during the time of sexual intercourse. Now he has 3 births. Listen carefully to the 16 types of seasons. 30. Seasons of the couple. A woman is fit to conceive only during her period. Sati can have her period during the day or night. If the day or night of menstruation is considered the first day, the period of the season lasting 16 days is considered the 16th season. O noble one, if Sati conceives on the 4th day after her period, she will give birth to a son who is unworthy of worship, poor, and short-lived. On the 5th day a good woman is born, on the 6th a son of moderate enjoyment, on the 7th a happy woman, on the 8th a responsible man, on the 9th an auspicious and chaste maiden, on the 10th a righteous and good son, on the 11th a wicked and wicked daughter, on the 12th a famous man, on the 13th a fortunate woman, on the 14th a protector of the people, a truthful and virtuous king, on the 15th a pure-minded, vow-less princess, and on the 16th, if conceived by a woman in her period, a calm, learned, victorious, the giver of salvation, the abode of truth, and a yogi who is absorbed in God with joy. From the penis of a man into the vagina of a woman at the time of intercourse, the sperm enters and resides in the mother's navel by karma. 37. Explanation of the growth and enlargement of the embryo. Kartike, how does the embryo, born of the union of the mother and the father, grow in the mother's womb by divine favor? The embryo, which is composed of the 2 sex organs, is in the form of a ball on the first day. The ball is a mixture of both the menstrual rajas and the semen of the man. It is a medium density pellet that is neither too hard nor too soft. Next, it is shaped like a ball. Then, on the 10th day, the ball hardens and becomes a ball. In the case of a bird, it is oval in shape. When the semen remains in the womb, due to karma, the woman is called pregnant. From then on, she naturally rejoices in the joy of becoming. In 3 months, the belly, nails, hair, and the 9 paws are born, and in 4 months, the 7 elements and the limbs are born. Oh, what a strange karma! A child raised in a pot of feces experiences hunger and thirst in the 5th month. In the 6th month, the bones grow, and the sac called the placenta matures and closes. In the 7th month, the life-giving spirit is awakened, and it wanders around in the mother's lap, stirs. Then it has memories of its past birth. For there are many joys and sorrows in samsara, and even in the abodes of Yama and Shiva, there are dark paths for the foolish, and leaving behind the previous bliss, I am the female sac, now I am the one who is in pain. What is the way out now? He will remember this with great intensity. He will suffer from his delusion. He will not be free to eat, he will be satisfied after eating his mother's food. When his mother becomes hungry and thirsty, he will also become thirsty. Worms will gnaw at the sack of feces and urine while he is sitting. From moment to moment, he will faint from many ailments. The mother will eat sour and salty foods, and the unborn child will suffer greatly. When his mother eats hot food, he will also blink with excitement. He will sit cramped in the placenta, sitting in a squatting position. He will not be able to move his arms and legs. Know that pregnancy is a grave sin. The child is bound with its head bent in the womb, its nose between the two knees, its two palms on the knees, its fingers extended and its two elbows outward, like a prisoner. 46. Thus, during the 9 months, the soul experiences the threefold knowledge in the womb of the mother. The uterine wind twists the fetus. There is no room for it to stand upright in the womb. Then, in anxiety, the soul folds its hands to God and says, O merciful one, who will save me? I surrender to you. Do not give me such a severe pregnancy again. Lord, stop the shock of the labor wind. I cannot bear its fatigue. Take me away from here. After coming out, I will not be caught in the net of karma again, and I will worship you with courage. I will learn the knowledge that will not lead to rebirth and death. I do not want the pleasures of the body, which are detestable. I will not fall into the trap of illusion. O Guru, come quickly to save me, he prays. If the child has the knowledge of the previous birth, the knowledge of the memory will be his own. If he has the knowledge of ignorance, it will be the karma of his foolishness. From the 7th to the 10th month, the fetus in the womb has the memory of the previous life. It constantly yearns to leave the womb and come out. When the 9 months are complete, the uterine wind begins to blow. The fetus faints, suddenly falling from the vagina, head down, and falls to the ground. From the joy of the blood and urine flowing from the sky to the earth, O son, how great is the sorrow of birth, which is very painful. Listen, the moment the child falls to the earth, the knowledge of who he is flies away. The Vaishnava Maya covers itself. That is, the body is the body of the soul. If the child is born with its legs forward due to the wind of childbirth, the mother's suffering is indescribable. O cave, 4 births have passed here for the soul. 51. When the semen of a man enters the womb of a woman, it is cut and becomes 2 horns, then twins are born. If the bindu increases at the time of sexual intercourse, the man is born, and the rajas, blood, increases, the woman is born, and if the semen and rajas are equal, then a neuter is born. During childbirth, the placenta tears through the vagina and the baby comes out. Sometimes, because the vagina is not small, the placenta covers the baby. Then life is born along with the sac. That is why, O caveman, humans are called placentas. 53. The stages of infanthood, childhood, youth and old age that cause regret. When the baby sleeps, it cries for food and water, the mother gives the baby milk saying that it is hungry. The baby cries again, saying, has there been a disaster in the village of Hasul? Is that planet hiding and causing trouble? The doctor is called and has him perform mantras and mantras. In this way, the mother and father feel sorry for unknowing infanthood. When the baby is 3 months old, it recognizes the mother's name. At 6 months, it acquires the name of everyone. Between 7 months and 7 years, 32 teeth appear, thus, the soul appears as a child to everyone. By its nature, the soul is a disembodied soul. From 1 to 5 years, it has childhood. Then it acquires the knowledge of language. The wise man of speech knows everything. The one who is lazy is a fool, he does not play with the balls of the feet. When the childhood is over and the age of 16 comes, the 8 qualities such as form and knowledge sprout. Young people are inflamed by the fires of lust and anger. They forget themselves and reason about the secrets of others. He forgets the destruction of his birth. He wears the veil of the family and blinks. The youth that thinks of himself as a kinsman of the afflicted fades away, and old age comes by itself. He will ruminate on all the troubles and misfortunes he has experienced. When old age comes due to silence, teeth fall out and the teeth tremble. Physical and mental diseases such as sneezing, coughing, wheezing, and loss of consciousness and forgetfulness are contagious. 57. The pride of the old man, what should I say, a shameless person. There is no such thing as a righteous person. The household servants will be very tired and will ignore the old man. Then the old man will say, I will live for 4 more days. Will I die after seeing my daughter-in-law give birth to a son? Did the doctor go to see him? Call him. If the old man speaks about any family matters, he will say, why should you, the dying person, give me a family? The family members will shut him up. Then, no one will listen to me, will they? The old man will blink. Let's all kiss each other in peace, when the time comes, he said, looking at the relatives around him. My son is not that intelligent, but there is Shiva, I don't see if he will save him from this. My life depends on you. What else can I say? As he was breathing in a defeated voice, all those who heard it laughed in their hearts. 61. One of the elders sitting near the old man's bed said, why do you worry that your children are not intelligent in the future, my son? Look at the height of your intelligence, do not forget to meditate on Shiva. The old man closed his eyes in disgust at the state of his body and, without remembering Shiva in his mind, he blinked for his 2 children. He again complained, my life has become a laughing stock. My Satasutra has come to guard the doors of others. Oh God, there is no one to look after my property. Who will guard my house after this? If I have made a marriage for my youngest son, my work is finished. But death is near, he thought. He said again and again, alas, I got married in my old age. I wanted my close relatives to call me Sai. I got married. What will become of my young wife now? She has no one to turn to after my death. What do I have in my hand after marrying a young woman and bringing disgrace? I have been deceived by the threat of divorce. It will be difficult to stand firm in my old age. He would say to himself. Why are you making a fuss? When those close to him asked, he said, nothing, my daughter-in-law has gone to her husband's house to get married. If I had to die seeing my grandson, God gave me such a bad fortune and made me miserable. God has put all my aspirations aside. Why should death come to me so soon? Are there any old men older than me still alive in this village? He will cry out in his mind. Meanwhile, the messengers of Yama will come and stand before him, and he will die in fear, for this life has taken 5 births. 66. After 5 births and deaths, the good deeds will go to heaven in happiness. The bad deeds will go to Yamaloka and experience unimaginable sorrows there. As soon as their sins and virtues diminish, people will return to the mortal world. Knowing their true nature so that they do not suffer rebirth in this way is the benefit of human birth. Without knowing their true nature, a person takes on various forms in countless births, having made many families, having committed many sins, having become a victim of fear, having fallen into the trap of greed, and having fallen into the trap of greed, out of ignorance after many births, he will find a guru through the merit of some previous birth. He will not be able to understand the supreme essence from the guru's face. He will meditate saying, I am Shiva. He will renounce the company of the world and practice yoga. He will serve the Supreme Being through the merciful gaze of the Guru and attain complete samadhi bliss. He will truly see the light of the self-light in the heart of his own accord. In his last birth, he will leave the body and merge with the light of the universe. In this way, by the mercy of the Guru, the pious living being will attain the word of liberation beyond birth and death. O pure one, listen, living beings are corrupting themselves without knowing their true nature. Unless a person comes to human birth and knows his true self through the Guru's grace, there is no liberation. 70. Of the 5 births mentioned for a living being, the first 2 are not important, the remaining 3 are the cause of sorrow. The 2 that fall from the sky to the earth and the 2 that enter the father's stomach from the grain births are not so sad for life. The first birth is when a man has 3 months in his body and joins the woman's vagina with Bindu. The second birth is when he comes out to see the light of the world. The third birth is when he grows up and dies as an old man due to the fruits of his karma. These are the births for life. Some may say 5, some may say 3. We do not need to worry about those numbers. It is enough for a person to know without a doubt the principle of who is born and dies. It is enough for him to get away from all this and become eternally happy. This is the benefit of coming to the human race. In the birth in which he acquires knowledge through listening to the scriptures, meditating on them, and meditations and becomes free, the same person uses a lamp or a candle to search for something that he did not find in the house of his last birth. After finding the thing, so that the lamp is useless, he remains in himself, with the help of the Guru and the scriptures. It is necessary to know. There is no benefit from the study of the scriptures, which has seen the bliss of the body, which is the witness of the birth and death of the body, in the body itself. 74. What is the seed for birth? The seed of birth is the ego, the thought that I am the one who is born. The ego is the thought that I am the body is mine. My dear, you are the auspicious thing that knows the changes of the body. Shiva, Brahma, the seed of birth is burned by this pure fire of knowledge. Question: O God of leaves, after death, will a woman be born as a man or a man be born as a woman? Tell me, my son, there is no direct, definite answer to your question, because, in Brahman there is no fixed idea of men and women. Just as there is a school body, there is no difference between men and women. The soul in the body of the sexes is, with the association of the sexes. Jivanepina. But the soul that witnesses gender is neither female nor male, or sinner, male and female are not for you, Jiva, the illusion of male and female becomes as it is. That is, at the end of time, Jiva will be born as the smell of what he thinks. What is the illusion of sin and karma? What can I say? That fairy. He will be born in human, animal, dog, births according to his karma. Male and female are the cause of Maya creation. Female inferiority is not the cause of male superiority. Without female, there is no male. Male and female are equal to each other, the origin of creation. In the eyes of the golden lover, stone, all ornaments are equal. Just as in the eyes of those who wear ornaments, the creation of different forms of decoration is born, in the eyes of Jiva, the creation of pleasure, the creation of female and male is born. 80. The four-faced Brahma of creation and dissolution. It takes Brahma 1 day to complete 4,000 ages. Then, having nurtured the creation of various forms of colorful creation, he goes to sleep, and while he sleeps, countless living beings leave their subtle bodies and remain in his causal body. When Brahma is in the causal body, all living beings are in him, with the body determined by the number of births, that is, they are in the bliss of Brahman, having left the body in a state of sleep. When Brahma awakens from sleep and wants to create creation, the first creation is born from the imagination of Brahman. The subsequent creation is born as the karma of the living beings. The living being does the karma only from the study of the body and soul, and the one who does the karma does it without leaving the next birth. All living beings are born as their karmas and take on various forms. Due to the desire to do karma and be the fruit of karma, the living beings are born and die in infinite births. Those who suffer in samsara will return in the form of the two sexes. In the play of God, Brahma, all beings will act according to his will. The four-faced Brahma will not open this door and disappear after his 100 years, but all living beings will exist in his imagination. When Brahma incarnates, the sex bodies of all living beings will also be born. On the basis of Brahma, all living beings are born, grow, and live. When Brahma dies, Brahma will again die with him. Sinless, in this way, in the 3 times, living beings will boil in the 3 agonies due to the illusion that they are the body and will enjoy the pleasures and sorrows of heaven and hell. Living beings who have fallen into such a path of sin will be unable to resolve their sins without the darshan of the Guru's path. They will be subject to demonic nature and will suffer again and again in samsara and will be bound by accumulated, predestined and future karmas. Living beings will experience pleasures and sorrows in this birth as per predestined karmas. By doing all his actions with the belief that the body is the soul, I am, he sows the seed of future actions in order to be reborn. Thus, he goes through life bound by the accumulated karma. 86. Deprivation of pleasure through meritorious deeds. He attains his Guru by the meritorious deeds of his meritorious deeds performed in infinite births. By his grace and wisdom and detachment, he realizes his true nature and becomes Brahman. Thus, he escapes the suffering of birth and death. But if even a little body odor remains in him from the beginning, his own form will be lost. Then his actions will be cast into the accumulated karma of the four-faced Brahman. In such a case, that virtuous person will be reborn as a great yogi. The yogi, born as a product of Brahma, strongly absorbs the blessings of Brahma, realizes Brahma in this life and, as a Brahma knower, burns all the fragrances. The fruits of the actions and deeds that occur in the body of the wise man are distributed, in order, to the good deeds and bad deeds that are not praised or criticized. Then the knowledge is revealed, like a burnt awareness, the body of the wise man is born, suffering is gone and the true word is attained. The body of the wise man remains without enjoying and only eats and pays off the fruits of the little blessings and deeds. The Brahma knowledged, being pure and detached, having finished all their karmas, will become the owner of the world and seek the Brahman. O cave, those who have the Brahma knowledge will not be troubled by karma, they will be freed from the demons as they become human beings. Just as a burnt scar is not born, those who have the wise will never suffer any harm. Those who do not remain as they have breathed, such unfortunate people will again fall into hell. Those who have completely believed in the Guru in the next life will not suffer from misfortune. Only if they forget the Guru's teachings will they suffer from misfortune. Because they are in ignorance, or adhyasa, of society, people will not spare them. O Durgas, the Guru's servants will never fall into misfortune. But if they do not follow the Guru's teachings, if they have attained the Guru's teachings through wisdom and detachment, and if they do not abandon what the Guru has told them to do, even the Guru's devotees will not fall into misfortune. They will also fall again in births. 92. Good fortune through Guru's service. Ask what is the fate of those who go beyond the Guru's command. A disciple who does not receive the Guru's help will become poor due to the fruit of his karma, will suffer from disease, the daughters of Sati will abandon him, and worries will befall him. Trouble awaits him at all times. The fate of not listening to the Guru's command will come. No matter how much trouble he has, he should listen to the Guru's words. No matter how difficult it is, he should not go beyond the Guru's command. No amount of bad karma can ruin a person who is in the service of the Guru's feet. The devotion to the Guru's feet in birth and birth will automatically pull him back to the Guru's feet. The Guru's devotee will be reborn as a Guru's devotee in birth and birth. He will guard the Guru's door. He will know the Supreme Being well from the Guru's face and will attain self-knowledge and become free. The Guru's feet are the only thing that can cure the disease of slavery. It is not the mark of Yama. It does not send the devotee to Yamaloka. What are the consequences of hundreds of births? The fruit of Guru's service is to send the true one to visit the Guru's feet, but it does not return him to time. My devotee, who bravely eats the fruit of his karma done with a little bit of effort, does not have the darkness of ignorance and delusion in this way. Listen, O good-hearted one, my devotees have no fear of time. No matter how far he has advanced in his sadhana, if he sits down when the Guru comes near him, he will not escape hell, the Shruti says. Since he is sitting in the state of Chintamani, he should stand up and fold his hands. After the Guru says, kneel down, he should give with fear and devotion. Even if the Advaya Brahman is there, he should not use the Advaita of the Sadguru. To the place where he was when the Guru comes, one should leave the Adita Bhav and stand with one's hands closed. This is the pure path of the Adita Bhav. If one says anything against the Guru, then know that he is a fool. He will go to hell. 99. The snake's question, God, please hear my request. As soon as the Guru placed his holy nectar hand on the head of the disciple, his life became nectar, that is, from that time on, he does not have the bodily duties of birth and death. For the Guru's son who has witnessed the body, or the wise, the idea of birth became false. Birth became false because there was no self. Since there was no self, where is the fear of death for him? The wise have no problem with death. This is true, but it is a miracle. The entanglement of samsara is for the ignorant. What precautions should they take before the time of death approaches? What should they do mindfully, seeing the sign that death is coming to them? Please tell me the knowledge of time so that all living beings can understand it and protect me. From the knowledge of time, the life does not fall into the illusion of samsara. Before he dies, he can complete the affairs of what he says, hears, and gives as much as possible. Then the good path is the path of the foot. The one who falls, Shiva will tell you the knowledge of time. Appa Shanmukha, if he does not see the path of the stars in the sky, and if he does not see the blackness in the moon that he sees every day, then he will die in 6 months from then. If the Arundhati and the polar stars that he sees every day do not appear to him, then death will come to him in 6 months from then. If he puts his hand on his scalp and sees the forefinger bone, the movement of the bone, it is auspicious. If it is small, it is auspicious. If the forefinger bone is large, he will die in a month. If he puts his 2 hands together and places them on his forehead, and sees the joint where the hands are joined, it is auspicious, it is like a banana flower. If that joint is not seen, then death will come to him in 6 months from then. Kartike, who dies in a month, should tie his 2 fingers tightly around his neck, so that the fingers do not come loose and remain tight. But if the fingers that he has tied due to his weakness come loose, he will die in a month from that time. He should leave 8 fingers for the lamp and hold the index finger in front of the lamp and look at it. Then, if he does not see the lamp on the index finger, it is good. But if the lamp does not come loose, i.e., see it, he will die in a month. He should place his 5 fingers on the ground, like a coconut bowl, and while touching the middle finger, he should move the remaining fingers. If the ring finger does not touch the ground and remains raised, he will die in a month. If you press your eyes hard and see sparks, and if you see sparks that are as colored as a peacock's eye, it is good. If no sparks are seen, and the peacock's eye is covered with darkness, he will die within a month. If the reflection of the sun in the water is seen to be facing the east, he will die within 6 months. If it is facing the south, he will die within 3 months. If it is facing the west, he will die within 2 months, and if it is facing the north, he will die within 1 month. O son of the tree, if the image of the sun in the water is seen to be broken in the middle, he will die within 10 days, and if the image is seen to be covered with smoke, he will die immediately. The sages have also determined and explained the knowledge of time. Sneezing is the time of passing stool and urine. If stool and water come at the same time, he will die within 7 days. If his head is not seen in his shadow, he will die within 20 days. Death will come in 10 days if one hears the roar of a crowd and the sound of conch shells that one has never heard before. O Kundan, if one sees one's reflection in water and it appears distorted, death will come in 10 days. If the nerves of the arm and hand are pulled with pain, it is good. Since the nerves do not weep and the source of the pain is not visible, one will die in 10 days. O Kartike, if a person is blinded by a tree, if his mind is confused, if his forgetfulness continues, if his limbs become weak, if his body trembles momentarily, then one should know that his life is over. If one sees a headless corpse in a dream, if one sees people smearing dung on their bodies and applying dasa flowers to their bodies, riding a camel and going south, and if one reunites with one's ancestors in a dream, then such scenes are signs of death. The body becomes lethargic, in a dream or in a trance. When one is not physically present, one feels as if someone is calling him. It is as if naked Brahmins have gathered near one in a dream and performed Shraddha for him, and it is as if one's wife has torn off her auspicious thread, left her head bare, and is completely naked, and is afraid in a dream that she will not come for sexual intercourse. All these are symptoms of one's death. If small children do not open their eyes, if dolls are bad for the eyes, if the dolls are opened but do not see a beautiful form, if the eyes do not see someone else's head, or if the eyes are floating and the eyes are raised, this is a sign of death for children. O son, this knowledge of time is not told to the wise, but to the ascetics. This is a means for the souls not to descend into misery. If the ascetics know the signs of death, they can quickly transform their practices or, like the sage Markandeya, become Shiva meditationists. If one does not know the knowledge of time, many kinds of illusions will hinder him from his true happiness, and the deluded beings will seek happiness outside themselves in birth after birth, and those who live in endless births will be reborn. O Umasuta, you know the destiny of births. If one does not know the meaning of, who are you, if one forgets himself out of ignorance and thinks that he is only the body, then birth is certain for him. From the Guru's face, as soon as one knows his true form, the forest of true form will burn. Therefore chant that I am the true, pure, eternal soul. By the sacrifice of knowledge, you will become free from life. 121. Types of japa and their results. Chanting with the mouth is called vocal chanting, Chanting with the lips is called Upanshu and chanting with the mind is called mental chanting. Thus there are 3 types of japa. These give results 1,000 times greater than one. Chanting with the lips is considered superior to chanting with the mouth 100 times so that someone else can hear it, and chanting Shiva once in the mind is equal to chanting Upanshu with the lips 1,000 times. The mumuks who know the secret leave the first 2 types of japa and practice only mental japa. Therefore, do japa in the mind day and night without forgetting your truth. Adabedadya Satyadim Tapamunt, true Shiva yogis, says, you will attain the experience of Brahman and your true intentions will be realized in the way you have thought. Listen, my son, by chanting the mantra, one attains liberation of life. 1, 2, 3. Knowing that, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Dev Maheshwara, touch and worship, one's Guru deity, and be content. It is not appropriate to tell this matter to a fool who is not in his company out of disbelief and sees him as a human being like himself. It is not appropriate to tell this matter to, and still doubt, in the true knowledge that, you are Shiva, to one who does not have the heart to know himself with complete confidence and to those who, without knowing the status of the pious souls, speak words that are not appropriate for them. Thus, Parashiva explained to Shanmukha in detail the order of birth and knowledge of time that occurs to millions of beings. Hearing this, Shanmukha was happy and contemplated the Shiva idol within himself and remembered Sri Chidanandatma Guruvara with his eyes fixed on him. 1 to 5.